As apparently some people readied up and the lobby should be starting as we have 4 lights, 5 lights, lights are out and away we go. One more wand gets away decently well. Ghostly Viper already having to defend against Larkin as there is a massive clash behind King Hassan being Mo being thrown down the river, retiring, and we have a virtual safety car. And what the hell is going on? Oldwachi has crashed out now. And what is going on? Coldwarachi retiring on track despite not having terminal damage. You hate to see that. As there are positional changes, we have 2 retirements already, Mo and Coldwarachi. So let's see who our biggest winner of this start was. Position change. We have King Hassan with 7 places gained already. But massive damage to the front ring, so he is gonna have to box. As people are calling for a restart. So one more wand leading in front of Larknight and hits 2 Ferraris of Lens and Ghostly Viper behind Tommy already 7 seconds as we have green flags racing again as Larknight is making a move on one more wand. Does not make it stick. Larknight going wide, Hex defending against 2 Ferraris. Goes wide, both Ferraris making a move on him. Hex loses 2 positions in one corner. Larknight has made a move stick against one more wand now defending against 2 Ferraris. As further back we have not that much action, to be honest. As Lens now making a move on one more wand down the main straight. Ghostly Viper 3 wide down the main straight and the 2 Ferraris collide. Ghostly Viper into the pit lane. Having to replace that front wing now. Lens has made the move stick on Pex as 2 teammates collide. One more one trying a move on Larknight, unable to, unfortunately. As we have Dr. Law losing a position or 2. Lens on the tail of Pex again, Pex having retaken that P3. Shadowstorm are leader in the stand, it's already up to P10, so that's already a guaranteed point for him. As we had utter chaos at the start. Lipo and Sane fighting it out on track. Lipo making moves, hitting the back of Ovilus and causing a chain reaction that also saw Sane gets a bit of front wing damage, it seems. As one more one struggling to make a move on Larknight, losing time through the SNSs. And he will now have to defend against the raging Ferrari of Pex and Lens and the Kicksauber of Pex. Dami already catching up a bit, only 6 seconds separating him from the top 4. Narf locks up, manages to stick the corner though. His Lens is right on the tail of Hex. Dr. Law down in P13. Not the start he would have hoped for. not the start I would have hoped for in his last race, as he is chasing down Zonot as Shadowstorm has gained a position again. He is now, as we have a yellow flag, and that goes to Viper off. And that looks to be AI controlled as they retire on track. We have another virtual safety car now. We can see it's the only one among the leaders in their DRS range of one more wand. Zane is now pitting, and Dr. Law is pitting for hard tires. Should be hard tires. We are not going to get to the end of the race as he gets a terrible pit stop. And yeah, it's the hard tires. As Pex gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. We have green flag racing as the Ferrari of Ghostly Viper is still out on track. Ghostly Viper now having left the session. And it's unfortunate, yeah, as Lark Knight is now diving into the pit lane. Was that a drive-through penalty for Lark Knight? I'm not sure. As Pex will have to serve his next or the lap after that. Lark Knight now coming out of it's still on the soft tire, so it was a drive-through penalty. All the way back in P10 or P11. He's in P9 still. He manages to stay in P9. One more wand. Sticking to the tail end of the Kicksauber of Pex. But he doesn't have to. He can just bide his time. He can stick close by, get DRS down the main straight, and Pex will have to dive in. As this race has just been absolute chaos. Can't wait for it to be even more chaotic with terrible braking. As we have Lens trying to make a move on one more wand into the SNS's. One more wand on the inside makes defense stick, but Lens is still there. So Lens now the only one with DRS. Fighting against one more wand, gets a terrible exit out of SNS's, and that's that. And Sonat has received the first 3-second penalty of the evening. As there's a lot of people complaining about the quality of the racing that we have seen right now, and I can't help but agree. The Shadowstorm now in P5 with Repo's championship rival close behind. The two of them have clashed before in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. So that's going to be interesting to see. As Cole Rachi is saying that this is closer to open lobbies, I have to beg to differ there. Because it's not. It's better than open lobby. It's not a lot better, but it is better than open lobby, and Stewards will have a meeting next week during the summer break to differentiate what to make a bit more bit better rules, to be honest. As Leila is going off at her Ferrari teammate, which is understandable. It's understandable. It was an unfortunate incident between the two Ferraris today. I will just remind everyone to please make a ticket for the stewards to review your incident. As we have a safety car and Jamie is out of the session. Full safety car and wait, that's the safety car limit. Zero Alpha is demanding a 30-second time penalty for length. 30 seconds is available, but maybe a drive through, so 20 seconds. As our race order now, we have 1 in P1, followed by Lenz, who, as Loverconnect gets another drive through penalty for speeding under the safety car. That will put him all the way back as Nodders has gone into the back of Lenz. Nodders with end plate damage. Yeah. Unfortunate for him. As I can't help but wonder if we will have an absolute banner of an E, at least as Stewart's aspects is now held up behind Not Earth in the pits, now losing a lot of position, a lot of time, and saying, "Good, 1 lap early, should have waited a lap." So both Pixar is now out of the points in P13 and 14 respectively. We almost had a full grid actually. Only one of the Aston Martins. As I'm just answering some questions in terms of stewarding. The Formula Drift, yeah, the safety car really has shaped things up. It honestly now looks like a regular race. You wouldn't even know it was reverse grid except for the fact that 4 people are out and there's a ton of penalties. As Larknight will have to serve his drive-through penalty soon, otherwise he will be disqualified. As Larknight diving down the inside of YB Sparrow, what's going on? Lebo in P6, Shadow, our championship leader, already P4, 11 laps in. So yeah, I'm going to switching between Discord and something else. Yes, Larkin has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. He will have to serve it. He has to serve it. Because otherwise he will be disqualified. It has to be served within 3 laps and he's had it for at least 2. So Larkin will be dropped to the back of the grid as the safety car is in today, and that's even more unfortunate as Larkin goes alongside Whitey's grid. That's not allowed, mate. You know that's a penalty. Because we have Sonad leading the grid now, slowing everyone down. Everyone almost colliding with each other behind, causing a massive concertina effect. Everyone's side by side now, and Sonad can just pull away. But there's one more wand trying for a move. Not able to make it stick. There's a lot of moves being made. Shadowstone up into P3 already. Lipo and Donnie side by side defending against Clarence still. Lipo side by side with Donnie, and there's contact with Larknight. Larknight is out. Larknight has spun out. There's a lot of movement happening. I can't keep up. I cannot keep up. Shadowstorm back the one more wand. Right, as we have another yellow flag, there is a car off. That's one more wand. One more wand has gone off now. Together with Larknight, Larknight now diving gets to serve his penalty. Surprisingly, not getting a penalty for speeding. As we have. Is that. Oh, right. Purple or red? Ah, no, that's Toasty. That's Toasty. Okay. Never mind. The guy who I'm currently screaming at, Shadowstone. Okay, so Shadowstone seems to have collided with one more wand. Kind of missed out whilst giving people advice in terms of stewarding. Sorry about that. Pit lane automatic is not on as Shadowstone dives down the inside of Sparrow. Sparrow trying to keep his nose in, but goes onto the grass and now loses a position to the Mercedes behind him. Atla now up into P5 in his last ever race here in Brazil. The top two both having 3-second penalties. Lens will have to defend like crazy against Lipo and the rest. Brazil not to even have a chance at win as Lipo dives down the inside. Tommy also tried it. As Lipo gets a snap of oversteer. Lens colliding with him into Tommy already making advances. Dives down the inside of the Ferrari and gets collected by Dr. Law. Oh god. Lipo now in P2. Lens P3, Dr. Law P4, effectively P2 actually, as Sonat has received a 6-second penalty in total. It's Dr. Law losing a position to the pass of Shadowstone. Will he be able to regain it? No. Dr. Law going into the pits with front wing damage. Stami is fighting against all of this. He was trying his best to keep to hold on, but he just had no chance against that McLaren. Lipo already within DRS range of Sonat, so that's going to be interesting to watch. So I'm getting a bit overwhelmed now. There's a lot happening. So I'm still unable to see yeah, never mind. Right, And now, if Geras trying to make a move on Zonot down this main straight, will he be able to do it? He is catching Zonot quite a bit. And Zonot staying on the inside, not fighting back. Not even trying to fight back. As we have Stain and his teammate Otto's fighting. Oh, as Dami locks up and collects both Mercedes drivers. Both Mercedes drivers. Oh, last there's a massive collision between Biden Sparrow and pit cars. Pit cars. As we have another virtual safety car. Awesome. Ovilus gets punted off by Dami. Dami being spun around. This has to be one of the craziest races I have ever seen. I apologize for every new viewer because this is crazy. This is just ridiculous. It's an absolute joke. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. You know what makes it even worse? Yeah, a reverse grid was kind of my idea. Sonok gets a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Come on, mate, that's one of the easiest pit lanes to actually get. Or at least intentionally spin out of, so that you can get reset at the right speed. As Pex has now retired from the session. We are getting retired. Retiring the pits. Yeah, it seems like you retired in pits. What happened, Pex? And the game apparently fucked him. Fair enough. 10-second time limit for nothing, and as one more wand has left the session now. One more wand leaving the session and possibly losing a great points finish. As I welcome the new person, Wilson, I think, to the Discord, by the way. Glad you could join us. Glad we could bring the racing a bit closer to you. Even though this really doesn't make quite the best impression. It's dramatic for sure, as Zonot in the pit lane again. Yes, actually. We will be switching to F125. We're about to enter. Oh, as we don't have a virtual safety car, we have a full safety car. I only just noticed that. That's our second full safety car now. Two full safety cars, two VSCs. How high can we go? We have a limit of three safety cars. Well, three of each per race, apparently, as far as I know, if the coding's still the same. Anyway, yes, we will be switching over to F125 after a 2-week hiatus in the league. We will do two social races, actually. We will do two races to compensate for the time off. Those two races, and those 2 weeks of our summer break are mostly for, how do I put this? People adjusting to the new handling, as the safety car is in this lap, and I really have to take a break actually, but I didn't want it with VSC and all. As Lipo now making the same move as Sonok before, slowing the pack down, pushing them together. And Lipo just waiting until the last possible moment, creating a massive Constantine effect, and Lipo is go. think where it's going now. Battlestorm and Lens are fighting it out. 4p2. Kick Salgrab, not Earth, also trying to make a move, but not making it stick. As King Hassan has spun it. Shadowstorm now on 6 seconds worth of penalties. So I hope we can have a fairly clean race as I already see the really flying up. Fuck's I really shouldn't talk, should I? Do this personal. Lens and Sane collide. What the hell is happening? As Aldous now makes a move on Lens, Lens pushing him wide a bit. And I think that's that as Shadowstorm and Lipo are now fighting once again the two race leaders that collided in Jeddah a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think, racing it out. Cirrus is now enabled from this lap forward, as Dami has made 2 positions. Lens fighting back, pushing Obelisk a bit wide. Shadowstorm contends in DRS range with the DRS and not using a battery almost into the back of Rico over our Williams driver. Dr. Law in a brilliant P3 now, with Nader following closely. Lark Knight and Toast Elvenbread are also fighting. Lens has received another 3-second penalty, as well as Toasty. As we are following the race leaders, this is honestly what I expected. As Lark Knight is losing positions left and right, there's a front wing going flying away somewhere. As Toasty is ghosting. Alright, Shadowstone now making a move down the main straight, and that was incredibly a nice move. Alfie, I have to disagree with you there. Aliko is going to have to keep him close because Shadow can easily create a 6-second gap if he so wants. So Aliko does have to be careful, especially now that he's under pressure from Dr. Law. Dr. Law may be thinking about a move. I wouldn't recommend it. As I will be right back when the ladder's killing me. And we are back as um, Dr. Law has taken the lead after a brilliant move. And Shadow, so with a 6-second penalty, now really has to fight Dr. Law for position. He has to put him behind himself. Has to create a gap, but he's got people behind him to create pressure. The Shadow really is in a terrible position. As Alfie, for once, I have to agree with you. Shadow is going to take hits. Test, 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 test. Can you all hear me? As we have Lipo closing in and Dr. Law on those mini cars will be much faster than Lipo on the boards, but it won't be not for long as Sane is trying to make a move and Lens is going to take hits. Not defending like crazy against Sane against those fresh mini cars. Lens and Obelisk now on soft tires again. Lipo able to follow Dr. Law all too closely. Dr. Law with a sublime performance in his last race. Lipo just hovering within 6 or 7 tenths of a second will not be enough to overtake. As we have a spin, we have Stain spinning out. Was there a collision with not Earth? That's what we're all wondering. Tommy makes a move on Zonot, and that is a brilliant move. Down the inside into the last proper corner of the track. Leading a bit on the straight. Oh, as Tommy just blocks him. Unfortunate Zonot now without any end plates on his front wing. Will he pit? Will he try to defend against Dami, a charging Dami as Dami goes down the inside and Zonot just can't defend against that. Oh, can he? Zonot that going around the outside almost manages to hold on as he's just running wide. He's losing so much time without that front wing. As I'm getting a bit so Dami locking up left and right. Of course, after that little collision, he's got the fear of Sane and Lord Knight behind them. Let's look at penalties. Lord Knight with Lord Knight making a move down Zonot's inside. Zonot losing time left and right. He has to go into the pits. He has to dive. And he does. Fortunate for Zonot, he was actually having quite a good run. Stormy now defending like crazy. Shadow going off the track, hiding Toasty. As Lipo now has closed the gap to Dr. Law, but has not made a move yet. As our one of our stewards. I don't know your name actually. I'm sorry. Moira. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Saying that McLaren, meaning Dami, is just swirling from side to side, and I absolutely agree. That was not necessarily clean. But yeah, that's just going to be more work for us as Dami now with info tents as we have a yellow flag, and that's saying going off, but we will not have a safety car anymore. We're out of safety cars for the run. Is Nico now much faster than Dr. Law, of course, with those fresh tires, saying retiring off track, off circuit, the car coming back on track because it's AI controlled, of course. Nico just can't get close enough to Dr. Law. As we have a battle for P5, Shadow Storm versus Donnie. Shadow diving down that side and just gaining a place as Tommy is thinking about going through the inside as well, but we don't do that through Sector 2. Sector 2 is such a technical sequence as Tommy now has to defend against one more Toasty. There was a bit of a collision, no damage there, as what the hell is he doing? What the hell is Tommy doing? Ice bombing and locking his rears as they're side by side, Tommy barely giving Toasty any space. And yeah, it's an incredibly close battle. Toasty now fighting against Dami, this time staying on his side of the racetrack and losing that position, almost diving into the back of Toasty, actually diving into the back of Toasty. And he should have damage now, actually. I saw a piece of carbon going off as he dives down the inside, pushing Toasty to side. Toasty going for the switchback and making it work. Sonat has now retired in the pits. Dami struggling with that front wing, locking his tires and fighting against the AI of one more wand. As we switch back to our race leaders, Lipo and Dr. Law. Lipo not close enough to make a move, or is he down turn one? No, he is not. He will wait until after the Senes's onto the back straight into Florida stall. But it isn't enough. It's just not enough of a gap. Small enough of a gap, sorry. As lens. So is that Sonat's pass back on the track? We should be able to see it. And Martin's really, yeah, there it is. Now Toasty having recovered from that battle with Dami still with front wing damage, losing time against Toasty and losing time against yeah, against the AI of one more wand, as there's a lot of discussion. I will remind everyone to please leave it to the stewards. Sonat is saying that he got brake check. Please send it to the stewards. Please. Please send your clips to us. I love that discussion. Sorry, Astami now in the pits, not replacing his front wing. He has not replaced his front wing. as I'm in a discussion with Sane about the point of the story. It's like, report your clips, come on. As Felipe gets an amazing exit now, 3 points behind Dr. Law, you will be able to make a move down into the Senescence. Swerves onto the inside line, and Dr. Law is not fighting that. He's not going to fight that. As Lipo now trying to defend against Dr. Law. Dr. Law with a much better run through the Senescence with those medium tires and retakes the lead. But Lipo's only a 10th behind, 2 tenths behind now. He will not make a move through that technical sector. This has to be one of the most chaotic races. Shadow, having been in the lead, is now only P5. If I were Lipo, I would not fight Dr. Law too much, as he gets a really nice exit through that last corner again. 4 tenths this time. He will most likely be able to attack Dr. Law unless Dr. Law spends all his ERS, which it seems he has. Let's just see what tires everyone is on. There's 3 soft runners and all of them are in the last few positions, so Lipo makes a move down over the slope. Not Earth trying to hang on the outside, but just not able to. I mean, Dr. Law, not Earth is in P3. Dr. Law just has to stick close and wait, bide his time, and wait for that DRS zone onto the start finish straight. Steam that, yes, the issue is Dr. Law has a massive tire advantage. He's on old medium tires. The hards are in their operating window. The mediums are not anymore. Dr. Law has to make a move so he can try to slow down Lipo as much as he can. He has to make moves as Lipo goes a bit sideways, loses a lot of time, and that is, of course, a superb chance for Dr. Law as he retakes the lead, covering off Lipo. Lipo almost going into the back of Dr. Law. And we will have a last lap showdown unless someone spins out, which I hope not. They both deserve the win. They both deserve driver of the day, to be honest. Dr. Law going as slow as he can to force Lipo into a mistake. That is brilliant defending. He's absolutely within his rights to do that. As Lipo now onto back straight again. Not the best exit. 5 tenths down on Dr. Law. Draining his ERS. He's still on 66%. They're both within 70% of ERS. Lipo unable to. Dr. Law slowing down Lipo, getting such a good exit out of the Senescence. And I think that might be it. Lipo trying a move, but he's just not able to. Dr. Law keeping the lead on the final lap. Seen down, what did I tell you? That was the only way Dr. Law could hold on to the lead. As Dr. Law goes defensive, goes slow through the technical sector, throwing Lipo, trying not to collide with Dr. Law, going for a move. Dr. Law push right on the inside as Dr. Law gets spun around. Dr. Law losing the lead on the last lap due to a collision. As Lipo now goes through the start from straight. crosses that beautiful finish line and wins the last race before the summer break. Dr. Law in second. Brilliant drive from him. And unfortunate that he did not get that win. Another with a brilliant podium. Yeah, Battlestorm managing P4 in the end. Surprisingly, he was in P5 earlier with 9 seconds worth of penalties, so P4 is a very good result. Larknight in P5, King Hassan in P6. There's a yellow flag and Lenz is going slow. Lenz losing P10 as he's swerving around the track. Probably just glad that he finished. So yeah, that was our final race of F124. That was our final race. So I'm glad y'all joined us. I've been Ori. This has been ASL F1 League. Going into their summer break with some drivers celebrating their final Grand Prix here with us, at least until the foreseeable future, until they're able to play the new game, which we will be switching to starting next week with our first of 2 social races during the summer break. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the racetrack. Goodbye.